I call this April 16th, 2024 meeting of the Lincoln County Board of Commissioners to order. Our invocation tonight will be given by Caleb Bell. Caleb's a worship pastor at the Fayetteville First Baptist Church. He is married to Sarah Bell. They have two children, Elizabeth, which they call Lizzie, and Joshua. Joshua's 7, Lizzie is 3, and Joshua, he is at RCA now as a student. They moved to Fayetteville from Buckhead, Georgia, and I want to make this clear too that I'm told there's really one Buckhead in Georgia, and it's not that suburb of Atlanta, but they hail from the real Buckhead, Georgia. And one of their passions, hold on folks, watching Bulldogs play on Saturday. Go Dogs. Now, it's written and I read it. My mind's with it, my heart's somewhere on the side. Okay, and tonight, Joshua, their son, Joshua Bell, who's a first grader at Riverside Christian Academy, loves playing baseball, spending time with neighborhood friends, and he's the son of Caleb and Sarah, and brother to Lizzie. Y'all will come up and give our invocation and our pledge, and please stand for both.
Let's pray together. Father, we come before you tonight, your creation. You're a good, sovereign creator, a good father. We thank you for providing us the breath in our lungs that we can be here tonight, we can serve you with the lives you give us. I do pray that you are honored and glorified here in this county, for sure, Father, that your name would be made great, that we would live for you. So I pray for wisdom in this room. I pray for your wisdom to prevail. And I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Thank you, Caleb, and thank you, Joshua. At this time, if you would call the roll, please.
Commissioner Coley. Here. Commissioner Sanders. Here. Commissioner Walker. Here. Commissioner Brown. Commissioner Caldwell. Here. Commissioner Rogers. Here. Commissioner Ashley. Here. Commissioner Guin. Here. Commissioner Mitchell. Here. Commissioner Bradford. Commissioner Tackett. Here. Commissioner Spray. Here. Commissioner Eldridge. Here. Commissioner Nix. Here. Commissioner Taylor. Commissioner Cunningham. Here. Commissioner Haynes. Here. Commissioner Young. Commissioner Bryant. Commissioner Douglas. Here. Commissioner Guntherberg. Here. Commissioner Frasrand. Present. Commissioner Hambrick. Here. Commissioner Rolls-Walter. Absent. I have 18 commissioners present, 6 absent.
Okay. No announcements tonight, and there were no public comments for tonight. I would entertain a motion for approval on the March 18th minutes. There was a change on there because the, let me look over here. Personnel did not meet on that April the 2nd, so that will be marked out that was a cancellation on there. Would entertain a motion with that correction. Commissioner Frasrand makes a motion. Do I have a second? Commissioner Ewan seconds. Any questions on those? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. You should have received 15 monthly committee meeting minutes in there. I would entertain a motion to acknowledge the receipt of those. Commissioner Rogers makes that motion. Do I have a second? Commissioner Douglas seconds it. All in favor acknowledging those, please say aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Next item. We got our Lincoln County youth and our adult volunteers. The Governor Volunteer Awards, each county has the opportunity to nominate an adult and a youth that they think has gone beyond service and volunteering within their county and any other area of the state of Tennessee. And these are Governor's Award, and we do have with us tonight, if y'all would stand, Tracy Holder, she is our adult winner, and Charlie Burke is our youth winner. I'll tell you a little about each of them. Tracy works for the Lincoln Board of Public Health, but she's Leadership Lincoln, Relay for Life, American Cancer Society, the LMC Auxiliary. She's on Main Street Board, and she was she was the founding member, I think, tonight of Hope Ball, and I think they're in their 9th year, and that's just been hell. Thank you for that. And she's a member of Relay for Life, so you can see she's quite involved, and a lot of it relates around health. And our youth winner, Charlie Burke, you might say the common thing is maybe health too. Charlie's a graduate of the Fayetteville High School. He's a sophomore at UT Southern now, and he's majoring in nursing. And I guess one of the highest recommendations, Miss Mary Beth Seals, she was the person who recommended him, our CEO at Lincoln Health Huntsville Hospital. And he's also a member of the Ingram Scholars Program at UT Southern. And that's quite an honor if you don't know what that is, but there's very few students that qualify for that. So Charlie and Tracy, congratulations, and we thank you. Our next item, consideration for approval to re-elect Ed Sims as the county attorney. That term would expire May of 2026. What's the will of the commission on this item? Commissioner Ashley makes a motion. Second by Commissioner Fresran. Any questions, comments? All in favor of that approval, please say aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Congratulations, Ed. Next item, consideration for approval to reappoint the following people to our Education Workforce Committee, and that's a requirement for us to be in the 3-star program. Those members are Dr. Bill Heath, Eric Jones, Mark Clark, Kay Cooley, Lisa Creason, Brad Luna, Bridget Jones, Spencer Perrin, Kate Killebrew, Ron Perrin, Diane Buchanan, Garth Garris, Ben Brown, and those terms would expire May of 2025. What's the will of the commission on this item?
Motion approved.
Commissioner Nix makes a motion for approval. Do I have a second? Commissioner Mitchell seconds that. Any questions on any of this? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Next item is consideration for approval to apply for a grant for the outdoor exercise park at the Patrick. This would be a non-binding, but let me bring you up to date on that. When we had our financial management meeting a few weeks ago, it was questioned if that's the right location. There was not any pushback about doing the exercise park, but didn't think that location there at that corner of Wilson Parkway and the Huntsville Highway is probably an appropriate place for that. So just want to update you on that. So it probably at this time, because we don't have an appropriate location, I would recommend that we don't go ahead and apply for that grant at this time, and I would entertain a motion whichever way the commission feels. You make the motion to not apply at this time. Yeah. Commissioner Fresran makes that motion. Do I have a second? Commissioner Gunthenberg seconds it. Any questions on this? All in favor of not applying for this grant at this time, please say aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Next item is consideration for approval of the resolution removing the authority of the Fayetteville Planning Commission regarding the lands that are located in the urban growth area. I can ask planning and zoning to explain, but it's pretty basically what it does. The city wants to give up the rights of them controlling those areas that are outside the limits of Fayetteville over to the county planning and zoning, far as control of those, far as zoning and the building permits on those. I'll try to answer any questions if you got those. It may have complicated a little on that email we sent out later today. That was a bill before the legislature. I don't know if that passed or not. I doubt that it did. Most of those that are that complicated get sent to a summer committee, the TASER committees, and studying those. But it still was recommended by our Sean Henry that we go ahead and pass that, allowing that to happen. So I would entertain a motion to that effect.
Make a motion to remove them from planning from the county.
Okay. Commissioner Franzran makes a motion. I didn't see somebody raise. Commissioner Cunningham makes a second. Any questions on this? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Next item would be consideration for approval of the interlocal agreement on animal control. You should have received a copy of that, and I'll try to answer any questions. This is not a procedure. This is just the agreement between the city and county, and basically it's mostly about finances that would be paying 50-50 basically. Any calls that came in that were in the city would be answered by city law enforcement. Any calls that come in outside the city would be answered by the county law enforcement. And then at that point, whether the animal control people were needed, they would be called, or if it was something simple enough to take care of by the law enforcement officer, that would be done. Any questions on this? I'd entertain a motion.
So moved.
Commissioner Douglas makes a motion for approval. Do I have a second? Second of Commissioner Spray. Any questions, comments? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Next item, I believe we're ready to turn it over to Ms. Perkins for the next 4 items, I believe.
Thank you, Mayor. So earlier tonight at 5:30, we had a public hearing for 3 of these. 3 of them are actually for the second reading. First one is a zoning resolution 2024-1. It's to fix a clerical error in our zoning resolution that says our Board of Zoning Appeals only has 5 members. It has 7, it always has, so we're just trying to fix that clerical error. The second one is to establish the C1 zoning of 2754 Huntsville Highway. That file number is 2024-R1. Everything has gone according to plan on that one. March 7th, the Planning Commission gave approval. March 19th, we called for public hearing, and tonight we had public hearing with no objections. And the third one is to establish C1 zoning for 2724 Huntsville Highway. It's file number 2024-R2. Same thing. Planning Commission made a favorable recommendation on March 7th. We called for public hearing last month, and tonight we had a public hearing with no objections to those rezonings.
Do you want to continue? Y'all want to take these 3 are zoning changes? Y'all want to take them separate? I'll entertain a motion for changing those zonings. Okay, Commissioner Eldridge makes a motion. Commissioner Sanders seconds. Any questions, Ms. Perkins? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Unanimously approved. Ms. Perkins?
And then we are also here to ask for a rezone for file number 2024-R3. It's the first reading of it. This is for, to rezone from A1 to A2 at 263 and 265 Flintville School Road in Elora. Basically, in April 4th, the Planning Commission did give approval for this. They are rezoning so that they can separate those parcels to meet the setbacks. So it's A1 now, and in order to separate that so that they can sell the restaurant, they're gonna have to rezone to A2 to meet their setbacks. So that's,
Okay, and
That's
this would
what
be
they're
a
doing.
call for a public hearing
Yes.
prior to next month's commission meeting. Any question on this? Tim, do you want to comment on this? We're also calling for a public hearing at the same time, 5:30 on May 28th, for a closing on part of McDougal Road at the airport. This has been going on for years about this, but we finally, looks like everything's going forward on that, Tim. Anybody got question what this is about? This would be just a call for a you have a question?
What we closing McDougal Road down?
Yeah, this is, Tim, you might come up and,
This is the portion of the road where the airport owns both sides of the road. They acquired this land for clearance reasons within so many feet of their runway. They was in violation, you know, and they wanted to get it corrected. So therefore, the road will be closed on each end of it where the airport is. They're gonna put in a cul-de-sac on the end that comes from Huntsville Highway, and the other end will have what they call a hammerhead. They have a turnaround spot. But main traffic is gonna be going through the industrial park on Coed Parkway.
We'll leave that road to stay open there, you'll be able to go.
Yes.
See from McDougal
Yeah.
to get onto the,
Much better road too.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't make people mad about watching planes.
Yeah, they can set in the cul-de-sac one.
okay, does everybody understand? Section of McDougal that they're closing will connect to Coe
Park.
Road there, and will come out on the Huntsville Highway there at the runway center
Yeah.
entrance.
And then if you come from Huntsville Highway, you can go all the way up to all those businesses and the airport gate, but there'll be a cul-de-sac there for
Okay.
trucks and stuff to turn around.
Any questions?
It's for overhead clearance reasons.
Yeah.
What it's for.
And this is a motion for a public hearing. It'd be the same time as the other one next month.
Make a motion.
Okay? Commissioner Frazran makes a motion. Do I have a second? Commissioner Rogers seconds. All in favor of approval, please say aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Commissioner Nix, I believe we're ready for the Budget Committee report.
All right, thank you.
Sir.
Thank you. The Budget Committee of the County Legislative Body, Lincoln County, Tennessee, met April 16th, 2024 at 4:30 p.m. at Lincoln County Courthouse Basement Conference Room. There are no public comments. Item 1, it was the mayor, nothing to report at this time. Item 2, the Sheriff's Department CFO, Sandy Metcalf, Sheriff's Department Budget Amendment, and see attached. Motion by Commissioner Guin, seconded by Commissioner Hamburg, and passed 6 yes, 2 absent, to recommend the attached sheriff budget amendment for the purchase of 22 computers and stands in the amount of $49,700 coming from the 101-54110-170 to the 101-54110-719.
What's the will of the commission on this item? Commissioner Guin makes a motion for approval. Commissioner Douglas seconds. Any questions? All in favor of approval, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Commissioner Nix.
Item 3 is Finance Director. A, estimated beginning fund balance of fiscal year 23-24. See attached. Motion by Commissioner Spray, seconded by Commissioner Sanders, and passed 6 yes, 2 absent, to approve the attached estimated beginning fund balances for fiscal year 23-24.
What's the will of the commission on this item? Commissioner Spray makes a motion for approval. Do I have a second? Commissioner Cunningham seconds. Any questions, comments? All in favor of approval of those, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Commissioner Nix.
B, USDA, the 5-year lease extension through December 31, 2028. See attached. Motion by Commissioner Cunningham, seconded by Commissioner Sanders, and passed with 6 yes and 2 absent to approve the attached USDA 5-year lease extension through December 31st of 2028.
What's the will of the commission on this item? Commissioner Ewan makes a motion for approval. Do I have a second? Commissioner Hambrick seconds. Any questions, comments? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Commissioner Nix.
C, the 101 general fund budget amendments attached. Motion by Commissioner Spray, seconded by Commissioner Caldwell, and passed with 6 yes and 2 absent to approve the attached 101 general fund budget amendments.
What's the will of the commission on this item? Commissioner Douglas makes a motion. Commissioner Haynes seconds. Any questions, comments? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Commissioner Nix.
D, 131 highway fund budget amendments attached. Motion by Commissioner Caldwell, seconded by Commissioner Ewan, and passed 6 yes, 2 absent to approve the attached 131 highway fund budget amendments.
What's the will of the commission on this item? Commissioner Cunningham makes a motion. Commissioner Ewan seconds. Any questions, comments? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Commissioner Nix.
E, the 141 general purpose school fund budget amendments, see attached. Motion by Commissioner Cunningham, seconded by Commissioner Ewing, and passed 6 yes, 2 absent to approve the attached 141 general purpose school fund budget amendments.
What's the will of the commission on this item? Commissioner Hambrick makes a motion for approval. Commissioner Ewan seconds. Any questions on this item? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Commissioner Nix.
F, the 143 centralized cafeteria fund budget amendments, see attached. Motion by Commissioner Ewing, seconded by Commissioner Caldwell, and passed 6 yes and 2 absent to approve the attached 143 centralized cafeteria fund budget amendments.
What's the will of the commission on this item? Commissioner Douglas makes a motion. Do I have a second? I see Commissioner Haynes pointing at Commissioner Douglas, but for a second, okay, yeah, I didn't recognize that kind of wave, but Commissioner Haynes makes a second. It could have been worse, Commissioner. What's the will of the commission on this item? I mean,
You got the
we got all in. That I don't know where my mind went, but it wasn't about this, apparently, Pat. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Commissioner Nix.
G, 151 debt service fund budget amendments, see attached. Motion by Commissioner Sanders, seconded by Commissioner Spray, and passed 6 yes and 2 absent to approve the attached 151 debt service fund budget amendments.
What's the will of the commission on this item? Commissioner Frazran makes a motion. Do I have a second? Commissioner Ewan seconds. All those in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Let's get through with this.
All right, H, financials are enclosed. A motion by Commissioner Ewan, seconded by Commissioner Hambrick, and passed 6 yes, 2 absent to acknowledge the acceptance of the April 2024 financials.
And do I have a motion acknowledging receipt of those financials?
I'll make the motion.
It's about time you did something, Commissioner Mitchell. Commissioner Mitchell makes a motion for approval. Do I have a second? Commissioner Ewan, your name's in there too much. I need another second on that. Commissioner Walker, I think you'd be appropriate for that. Commissioner Walker makes a second on that. All in favor, acknowledge and receive the financials, please say aye. Any that didn't see them, unanimously passed. You can read that last part now,
Being
Commissioner.
no further business to be presented, motion by Commissioner Goodwin, seconded by Commissioner Spray to adjourn, respectfully submitted to the April 2024 regular session of the County Legislative Body.
Thank you. Next item, notary publics, Madam Clerk.
Sherry West by Commissioner Brunt, Whitney Williams and R. Lauren Honey by Commissioner Walker, Michelle Keith by Commissioner Coley, Stacy Hagee by Commissioner Spray, Susan Massey by Commissioner Young, Cindy K. Hill by Commissioner Spray, Philip C. Harwell by Commissioner Nix, Deanna Smith by Commissioner Douglas, April Armijo by Commissioner Frazran, Jason Hambrick by Commissioner Spray, Dina Gentry by Commissioner Caldwell.
Okay. Any additions to that list? I'd entertain a motion for approval of
I
those.
make a
Commissioner
motion.
Walker makes a motion.
I make a motion to approve.
And Commissioner Gunthenberg seconds it. All in favor of approval of that list, please say aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Our first item under new business, I will turn over to Phyllis Counts, our county clerk.
First, I would like to say that myself and my office are advocates for organ and tissue donation. I'm also a board member on the Tennessee County Clerk Organ Donor Awareness Foundation. Most county clerk's offices in the state of Tennessee collect funds for organ donor awareness. Please join myself, like others, by supporting this proclamation. Whereas Tennessee Donor Services is a Donate Life agency and nonprofit organization dedicated to saving and improving lives through organ, eye, and tissue donation throughout Tennessee, and is one of 56 organ procurement organizations throughout the nation. And whereas more than 100,000 Americans and 3,000 Tennesseans are waiting for life-saving organ transplants. Whereas each hero organ donor can give the gift of life to 8 people, and each tissue donor can improve another 75 lives. And whereas the most effective way to address this health crisis is to educate and encourage Tennesseans to commit to the following actions. Register your decision to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor in the Donate Life Tennessee Registry, donatelifetn.org, or at your local driver service center, and learn more about living donation at donatelife.net. Whereas County Mayor Bill Newman supports saving lives through organ, eye, and tissue donation and finds the cause of such immediate and worthwhile importance that now Mayor Bill Newman, with the county clerk's office and on behalf of Lincoln County, do proclaim that the County of Lincoln observes April as National Donate Life Month. I do encourage all residents to register their decision to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor in the Donate Life Tennessee Registry at donatelifetn.org or your local driver service center. Adopted by the Lincoln County Legislative Body this 16th day of April 2024, signed by Lincoln County Mayor Bill Newman. I would like to introduce to you Sharon Packus.
Thank you, and thank you, County Mayor Newman and County Clerk Phyllis, but I know where's Phyllis counts. My name is Sharon Packus, and I'm with Donate Life Tennessee, Tennessee Donor Services, and this is a special honor, and we really appreciate you recognizing April as Donate Life Month for Lincoln County. I have the honor to introduce to you a family who has walked that journey and whose son gave the gift of life and are also Lincoln County residents. So Marquita Darnell and her husband Dave.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to tell you about our son, Sam Darnell, who is a donor hero. He's a son of Lincoln County, raised in Kelso, Tennessee. He went to school at Riverside for K through 5 and Fayetteville City from 6 through 12. He was a great friend to all. He was a member of the Washington Street Church of Christ. He was a great conversationalist and loved to talk to people young and old. He graduated UTC in May of 2023. And then in January of this year, there was a one-car accident that he was fatally injured. He was taken to Erlanger to the trauma center where they did everything they could to try to save his life, but he had severe injuries, broken bones, he had brain damage. And so at that time, we decided to check into organ donation. And the doctor checked into it and he came back and he told us that Sam had actually signed up on January 3rd of this year to be an organ and tissue donor. So we were very relieved, we were very at peace that he wanted to do that. And so at that point, the Tennessee Donor Services people, we met with them and they were such precious people. They are loving, caring, and supportive. They prayed with us. They wanted to know Sam as a person, so we told them many stories over the 3 or 4 days that we were at Erlanger. And they didn't pressure us at any time. They confirmed that that's what we wanted to do several times, so there was no pressure, there was no coercion or anything. They have incredible support system. The family care coordinators were just incredible. They all were. And so it was a sad time for us, but it was an incredible time for those families when they got that call that said, hey, your gift is here. You can schedule the surgery now. You know, all that happened in those families. I relate it to a phoenix rising. You know, it was a terrible time for us. But when those families got that call, their lives changed forever. You know, they were, now they're going to be around for their families. They're going to be able to enjoy their life. So we were very proud that Sam was able to do that. His gifts, he gave a kidney to a lady in South Carolina, another kidney to a gentleman out in Alabama. His liver went to a lady in Georgia, and his beautiful heart went to a gentleman in North Carolina. We are so proud that Sam was a donor hero. You can make a difference too. Sign up at donatelifetn.org. Thank you.
Thank you. I would entertain a motion for passing the proclamation that Phyllis read.
So moved.
Commissioner Douglas makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I'm sorry. Commissioner Coley seconds it. All in favor of approval, please say aye. Any opposed, no. Unanimously approved. Thank you.
Say one more thing.
You sure can.
Our office is a collection point for any donation that people want to give, and it is to promote the awareness of organ and tissue donation. Some months we have very little money, some months there's a little bit more, but any small donation that we collect through the month goes directly to the foundation to promote awareness.
Thank you.
And what was was it donate what did she say?
DonateLifeTN.org.
Okay, are there other items under new business for tonight?
Well, I did get a letter from a concerned citizen in my district.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna read this whole page, it's way too much, but the first paragraph, I think sums it up. They just say, Dear Commissioner Tackett, we're in the 4th District, have finally realized that the Lincoln County Commissioners are not gonna act in the absence of Commissioner Randy Bradford. Now, we have been told it's because he's a veteran. They go on to say that he got 100% help from the veterans, and we as the citizens of the fourth district would like to know just when y'all as a commissioner are gonna give us 3 commissioners. Yes, y'all know that the tax hike you put on us didn't make us too happy, so we know that as taxpayers, our tax dollars pay you commissioner's salary. So when are you gonna give us 3 commissioners, which is what we voted on? We're not just writing this to be doing something, we want an answer, and we want it now, not next month, not next year. We want what we pay for. And I'm not gonna read the rest of this, but
Okay.
I tried to talk to these people, but with no avail, so, I understand, and I did talk with Ms. Bradford, Randy's wife, I did talk with her, and the answer I got from her was, well, we've been trying to draw this up. And I said, well, you really don't have to draw anything up. If Randy, if you don't want to, can't be a commissioner anymore, all you have to do is write and say that due to his health, he can't do that anymore, and that would take care of it. Well, she said, well, I'll try to get that done, but that's been a while. So, I don't know, I was just asked, and she said, I'm gonna find out if you read it or not. So I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but that's the gist of it.
Okay, I can update you some, and Ed may can too, is that we talk with them, when I say them, Marcia, maybe every other week, and Randy he's in the nursing home in Ardmore. I think they're a veteran approved nursing home. He does make visits to one of the doctors here, I think a couple of times a week, that she brings him back and forth. They are under a tough situation. When I talked to her probably 2 months ago, she kind of said like maybe what she said to you, Commissioner Tackett, that we plan on doing that. And Ed and I have talked whether she has the authority for him to resign or not. And I would say there's not really anything that says she does or she doesn't on that. So with him not being capable of making that decision, it's not something that we really know that she has the rights to do that. Now, I guess we could get an attorney general's opinion on that, but it's not something that's straightforward on that. And in my heart, I cannot ask Randy to resign, whether, whatever state of mind he's in. He has served his country, he's served his county, and we're not spending any more money than we would if we have replaced him for as a commissioner. But I understand, that district only has 2 representatives this time, basically. If this commission feels like they want to make a motion to the effect of approaching them and requesting a resignation, I'll handle it, but that's up to this commission to do that.
Well, she did go on to say that, in this, that they realized all of what we just said, but she said the thing about it is, we deserve 3 votes, not 2. And I think that's right, but I don't know what you do about this.
Well, it's a situation we hadn't come up since I've been involved in county government. It's never come up before. It's been somebody has resigned because of cause, but we've never had anybody that was incapacitated that was holding office that this situation's come up to us. So,
Bill, if I may, Melissa Kelton, who's our CTAS representative for our region, for us, about a month ago, that came up a conversation in a general way, and I forget how, but she did say CTAS had kind of weighed in on this in another part of the state, that in a similar situation, what they would accept a power of attorney form, that if it was done, if it gave the power of attorney, and Ed can speak on that, if it was given her the power to act as him, but they would accept that. Now, I'm like you, I don't know how further that gets us down the road, if any. It still has to be done, but if it was done. But
have you gotten a copy of that, Ed? Okay. Could you?
That was just Melissa saying. She said that the CTAS had weighed in on this before in another county in a certain similar situation, and in that occasion they did accept a power of attorney.
Okay, well,
So whether that helps or hurts, I don't know.
I think Ed would feel better than I would too if we had some definitive answer from somebody at a higher level. So if you'll do that, if this commission can vote on whatever or make a motion, whatever they want to tonight, but you heard, kind of the situation that's going on. I hear no motion. Any other business that needs to come before the commission?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Got a Commissioner Gunthenberg seconds that. Commissioner Nix making the motion. All in favor of adjournment, please say aye. Any opposed, no. Or adjourn.